Welcome to the world of Autec, where tradition meets technology. This instructional video will guide you step by step on how to properly maintain and operate ASM865A. In this section, we will show you how to disassemble and reassemble ASM865A. To disassemble, pull up the hopper with the hopper lid. Next, pull the front cover up and out towards you. Then, pull up the hopper base. Pull up the rice guide up and out towards you. Next, push the spring block inward, then pull the forming roller B towards you and out. Repeat with forming roller A. Hold the feeding cutter unit by the bar and pull up and out towards you. Finally, pull out the slide base towards you, followed by the removal of the seaweed guide, seaweed stopper, and pickup plate. To reassemble, insert the slide base with the white rice sheet stopper towards you and be sure to align it with the guide rail. Next, hold the feeding cutter unit at an angle so you can push it into the feeding cutter unit holder until it's locked in. Generously spray Autex oil on feeding roller A. Do not spray Autex oil on feeding roller B. Locate the forming roller's corresponding color labels on the main unit. Then insert forming roller A accordingly by aligning the hole at the end of the roller with the main unit's drive pin. Then, push the spring block inward and insert the roller into the roller axis. Repeat with forming roller B. Spray Autex oil onto the inner area of the rice guide generously. Then, insert the rice guide by hooking in the bottom green portion of the unit with forming roller B and push in all the way until you hear a click. Next, spray Autex oil generously onto the hopper base and place it into the main unit with the gear side down. Finally, place the front cover onto the main unit, followed by the hopper with the hopper lid. In this section, we will show you how to operate ASM865A. Before production begins, always make sure the emergency button is off. Next, turn the power on. At this point, the display screen should show the code FFF. If it does, the robot is ready to begin production and you can push the start button. Pour in the shari or sushi rice into the hopper and push the start button to begin producing rice sheets. As you can see, the robot will operate under the factory default settings if no programming has been set. Should you prefer to specify the thickness, length, position, and compression of your rice sheet, ASM865A can program up to 4 personalized settings, which we will show you how to do next. To program your personalized settings, select a program number by pressing the Program button. Next, press the Mode button and select the feature you'd like to update: thickness, length, position, and compression. Then, specify those rice sheet features through the plus button, which is to increase the feature, or the minus button, which is to decrease the feature. How do these features affect the rice sheet? Thickness controls the depth of the rice sheet. Length controls the size of the rice sheet. Position specifies where the rice sheet is delivered from on the slide base. Compression controls the density of the rice sheet. How does the personalized settings work? If program 1 was set with the settings thickness 3.6, length 100, position 0, compression 25, then your rice sheet will be produced accordingly. Same with program 2 and 3. However, for program 4, we set it as a double sheet production, so unlike the other programs, it will produce 2 rice sheets at once. Please note that this function is available only for the half-size seaweed option. The following are useful functions on ASM865A and how they work. A rice sheet counter is located on the front display panel to keep you updated on your production rate at all times. To reset the counter to 0, press and hold the clear button. The auto supply function automatically produces the next rice sheet as soon as one is removed from the slide base and eliminates the need to repeatedly press the start button. This function is engaged by pressing the auto supply button until the blue light turns on. When the rice sheet is produced, the sensor is triggered and the robot produces another one automatically when the rice sheet is taken out. A heat retention function is available with this machine. The feeding function discards leftover sushi rice in the robot and eliminates the need to remove all of the unit parts to clear out the robot. This function is engaged by pressing and holding the feeding button. By doing so, the rice that is left inside the hopper is discarded. The lock function allows the user to secure their programmed settings by pressing and holding the mode button after you have finished setting your programs. To unlock, press and hold the mode button again. To clean robot parts, wash each item by hand with a soft sponge. Do not use the dishwasher or a hard sponge. All parts should be air-dried. To clean the main unit, wipe out the inside of the machine with a soft cloth, with a focus on the sensors. Do not wash down the main unit with water. Here are some helpful tips for ASM865A. Whenever an error message appears on the display screen, try pressing the clear button first. Usually, this will solve most error issues. For E2 error, make sure the front cover is installed correctly. Then, press the clear button. For EC, EA, and E9 errors, remove all the parts from the main unit. Then, return only the slide base and front cover back on and turn the robot on. Next, press the clear button and then the start button. Once the errors are no longer displayed, return all parts back into the robot and begin production. For ECEA, make sure the slide base is assembled correctly. Then, press the clear button. Sensors should always be clean and clear of any debris or parts. The following issues can usually be solved by cleaning the sensors on the robot. You will see the left display screen if the robot is having any issues with the rice sensors. The right display screen shows a robot that is ready for production. If the stirring shafts will not move, first check the robot sensors located on the inside and middle of the robot are clear of any debris. Then, check to see if the rice guide was installed correctly and not blocking the sensors. If the robot will not operate, even though the display screen shows FFF, check to see if the sensors are clean and cleared of any debris or parts. That concludes this guide for how to operate and maintain ASM865A. Thank you for choosing Autec for your sushi business needs, and please visit www.sushimachines.com for more information.